We're really excited today because we have the brand new CN series from Kawai. Today we're looking at the CN301, which replaces the CN39. We're going to take a look at the new features, the new action, and talk about why this might be the right instrument for you.
Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Music Center in downtown San Antonio, Texas.
I'm Patrick Marr. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, check out our other videos, sign up for notifications, like our videos, leave us comments. We appreciate your support. We love to interact with you. Ted?
I like this keyboard a lot.
I enjoy it. It's a great instrument. But before we do that, we have, to say thank you. We have 10,000 subscribers now, which is great. We're in the 5 figures, right?
All right, cool.
And so thank you guys for subscribing.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We are going to start changing the format a little bit. I want to introduce a piano fact, right? Just a quick little snippet before we review the CN301, a great instrument. We're going to get to how awesome it is, but Ted's going to grace us with a piano fact.
Piano fact. A little over 100 years ago, let's say anywhere from 1890 to about 1910, there was a 4-pedal features on piano.
On an upright, right?
On an upright piano.
Yeah, so
upright.
1, 2, 3, 4. Usually there's 3 for those novices out there. There's usually 3 pedals. With keyboards, there's 1 pedal, but so 4.
4 pedals. And you think about all the imports that come in with just 2 pedals.
So 4 pedals, I'm guessing the right one sustain. That's
correct.
How it always is. I'm going to guess the far left one was it brings the hammers closer to the strings.
Pedal puts them closer.
It puts them closer so it's a less impact, a little bit quieter. So we got the 2 metal ones left. And I'm guessing, one of them is going to be a bass sustain.
Bass sustain was correct. Common feature back then.
I'm going to be flipping off now, but is
yeah.
that, yeah. So the bass sustain.
It was the other one. The
bass
sustain
ring finger
was your yeah.
And so the third one, what did the third one, or the fourth one do?
The 4th pedal, or actually it's the 3rd pedal, if you're counting them from the left
to right.
The 3rd one, which is the extra one. So that's why some people would call it the 4th pedal. Actually what it did is it lowered in front of all of the strings, right where the hammers would hit, in front of the strings, it lowered a piece of fairly sturdy but flexible canvas that essentially had a rivet on the end of it. And they were strips about this long, and it would come down on a bar, and that little rivet would get hit by the hammer, and then the rivet would hit the strings.
So it'd sound like a ping.
It made it a ping. And that is where you get the real ping and that
kind of honky-tonk.
Honky-tonk sound. That
so
is
like a harpsichord meets honky-tonk.
And it was designed to give the instrument more treble and more presence and more cut-through if it were in like playing with a banjo or some other kind of stringed instrument.
So it made it bright. So
it made it brighter.
We'll be looking at the harpsichord on the CN301. That will probably be the closest in, I would say, frequency range.
Actually, the honky-tonk sound is a different sound. The problem with a lot of the samples in honky-tonk sounds is they detune them. They put them out of tune. And they do that as well as put that beep, that real bright percussive sound in it. But if it's in tune, which is a rarity to get when's the last time you heard a saloon or a honky-tonk piano in perfect pitch tune and have that little ding in it?
But that's what makes it.
That's what make it sound more like a harpsichord or like those new samples that come out on like the Chopin piano or the Mozart piano where they have almost like a leather hammers where it's a little bit brighter sound.
Okay, well that's the piano fact of the day. A 4-pedal upright is a thing of the past. We don't see them anymore. And
Fazioli makes one on a grand. That'll be our next one we talk about.
Well, so the CN301 replacing the CN39. The CN39 was a great product. Comes in right around that, online comes in right over $3,000. I think it's $3,099. But the CN, 39, they usually, with series like this, whether it's Kawai, Yamaha, Roland, what they normally do is they'll change the number 1 digit up, so or 2 digits. So the predecessor to the 39 was the 38 and the 37. So there was the CN37, 38, 39. When you get to 9, what do? You start over. And so they added a 0 and a 1. So it's the CN Series 301.
Gotcha.
So that's where that number comes from and why it looks a little bit different. But what did they do the action? They added a component to their great action, which was the
progressive hammer.
The progressive hammer 3. And so they added a cushion to it.
Yeah, supposedly it makes it. I think the cushioning is so that it doesn't hit as hard as it did on a 39.
So no noise.
And there's a little bit of magic pullback, I guess, on it. So there's lesser noise. That was one of the things, because apparently the thing was pretty noisy. So they put cushioning in it, which actually softened the harshness of the action.
And it's supposed to help with durability too. So the responsive hammer 3 before was already considered one of the best in class, whether you were looking at any product from any manufacturer. As far as a digital piano action, it was a springless system. It had let off. It had counterweights. It has all those really good words that go with the good action, and it's a graded hammer. So as you move from the bottom bass keys all the way up to the top, it starts heavier like a real acoustic piano, because the hammers are heavier on an acoustic piano. And as you move up, it gets lighter. It's a graded action. So the responsive hammer 3, a lot of people have raved, is one of the best feeling digital piano actions, especially when you don't have some of the hybrid components like a wood key. So they've continued with that, and they've upgraded a little bit. They also upgraded the speaker assembly. So they have top speakers, and they added diffusers. So what does that mean?
It means it sounds more like a cabinet type of piano sound, and it's really a great sounding instrument as a box and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we were playing around with it before we shot the video, and it sounds really cool. Very full in the room when you have the volume 3/4 up or full volume. And we're gonna go through some of the sounds, but what's really fun is the new button layout.
Oh, that's where all the fun is, because the effects are right there, and you can go in and hold it down, and it brings up a whole range of.
I think there's 24 different 24 effects that you can go through.
And the other thing that I really like about what they've done with this keyboard, and it's kind of, I consider it an upgrade, and people think, you don't know what you're talking about, and I probably don't, considering some of the comments I've been getting lately. But here's the deal. The samples they have in here are great sounding samples, and there are a number of keyboard manufacturers that, I'm not going to mention any names because they all fall into this entrapment every now and then. They'll get a great sounding sample, but for some reason, the output or the volume isn't enough, and it doesn't quite feel right.
Doesn't respond as well.
It doesn't respond the way it's supposed to. And so it's not just getting great sounds, it's matching those sounds and how they're supposed to go through all the different gradations of soft, medium, and hard, and how is it at the maximum effect of responsiveness for the keyboard. And a lot of these sounds that are just like general MIDI sounds get thrown in, and no one really goes in and double checks them and makes sure that they're efficient. On this one, the whirly sound in here without the tremolo is phenomenal. It's great to play with. This keyboard feels great.
The responsive hammer 3 has a triple sensor, which is kind of on this price range, or in this price range, it's kind of expected from Yamaha, from Kawai, from Roland, that you have something that's firing off with a triple sensor, so that every little minute nuance is going to be captured. So you are taking advantage of that, but someone has meticulously figured out this is going to respond exactly how we want it to. And so it the
half pedaling too. They have half pedaling features.
But yeah, the little bit of I guess relaunch of the control panel has made it really easy to go through, really easy to dig through. And there's only 45 sounds, but it feels.
You're missing the key part. It's fun to go through the sounds.
It is.
You get one of them and it's like, okay, this is a great sound. But on a lot of keyboards, they come preset. You go right there and change all the effects just as you're on that one sound. You can go through and tweak or untweak and do all these different things with the effects, then go to the next sound and the next one. So it really opens up.
So the big thing with Kawai, and I feel like a lot of manufacturers have taken notice of this, is their virtual technician capability. And so right from the go on this, you're able to go to any sound and open up a virtual technician app. There's the smart version of it, and then there's the advanced feature version. It also is there's a capacity with an iPad or with an Android tablet or your phone to go through and make the adjustments on your phone. But the smart version is nice because it's just you click through the different kind of presets, and it changes you from like a classic sound to a brighter sound. They have these general words, and they're doing different adjustments on the parameters. But the parameters, if you really want to get in depth, there's 21 parameters on the 301, and you can go through and see string resonance. You can go through and change the touch curve. You can go through and change
velocity response.
Yeah, velocity response, individual tuning of keys. It gives you a lot of control over the instrument. It kind of makes it more fun to mess around with. But the virtual technician is great, but I feel like with the addition of the ease of using the effects, which I haven't seen on a lot of digital pianos like this, it's usually in a menu somewhere and you have to go turn on the effects. They
It
put
destroys the fun.
they put it right there, and you're clicking it on and off, or you hold it and you go through and change it. We'll show some of that because it's a lot of fun to mess around with. But let's take a listen to the sounds on this. There's 45. We're probably not going to go through all of them, but the majority of them are some piano variations, and then electric pianos are great. The organs, they've got strings, some pads. We'll go through and touch every category, but there are 45 sounds on here, and all of them are very, very good.
Patrick, one of my favorite sounds is one that has been around for like 20 some odd years, but for some reason on this demonstration, slow strings and the SKEX piano or any of the grand pianos sounded great to me. It just,
Together, the blend, yeah.
I think it's in the keyboard touch. You have to do it yourself to think, man, this is really inspiring. And it's the level of control that you feel like you have over the sound. And I've been using slow strings with piano like every now and then. It's like, this one here is different. It's like more alive and more, for a sound to be around 20 years and that to catch my ears, like, man, this is really cool.
Well, it times up well the slow strings. It delays your so when you're attacking on keys, it's not coming out as fully, but in the background in your bass sustain, it's a good variation. Bluetooth audio is available on here, so you are able to sync up your audio device, whether it's your iPhone, your Android phone, your tablet. If you're streaming music, you can use the 40-watt speaker that comes in here.
They have like 6 speakers in here, I think. Is it 4 or 6?
I think it's a two by two.
2 and 2 with it. Okay.
But it's 40 watts of speakers, 2 20-watt systems. Yeah, so 4. So you're able to get that full volume out with the Bluetooth audio. There is Bluetooth MIDI, so you are able to connect your device and control the unit without any wires. So that's something that you start seeing more and more frequently. We're all used to syncing up our phones to whatever device we have in the house. So you're able to do both those things. They are different when you're connecting via Bluetooth. I think they show up differently as 2 different things. There's the MIDI capability and the audio capability. And so if you are connecting, make sure you know what those 2 words mean. MIDI, again, is the control of the instrument. Audio is the sound. So, sometimes people confuse, and I guess we'll go over this. Bluetooth audio does not mean you want to have Bluetooth headphones and play this instrument to your Bluetooth headphones, because there's going to be a delay in you hitting the notes and it getting to your headphones. So there's just a delay there, and that's just technology across the board. In any Bluetooth piano, you never want to use Bluetooth headphones because it's just going to
lag.
It's going to have a lag. It does mean, though, you can play into the instrument and use the speaker system. So this will be like a nice, Sonos speaker system or what have you. Another cool thing is this has all the pro inputs. So this is big for churches, for institutions that need something that's portable and they can move around, but they also can plug into a bigger system or into a mixer or soundboard, because it does have left-right as 1/4-inch audio. It just has all the professional capabilities.
2 different headphone sets, right?
Mm-hmm. It has 2 different headphones as well. The 201, it's just going to have the headphones and not the professional out. So you're not able to, maintain use of the speakers as a monitor system and run out to a you have to use the headphones. It makes it a lot more complicated to hook it up to a bigger system. Recording capability, it has, I think 90,000 notes memory, so you can record WAV files, you can record MIDI files, MP3 files, lots of capability, and kind of what you expect at this price range.
It's got 256
note polyphony.
Note polyphony, which is really nice.
Yeah, so it's a little an upgrade from the 201, the smaller one. It does have a higher polyphony note, so you're able to play more notes at the same time, whether you're holding the sustain or whether you're doing runs, and you won't lose any sampling off of it. So the CN301, again, it is a new product for Kawai this year. The 39s, I would say, are always they get confused with the CA series, because there are CA series that are less expensive.
Right.
And so the CA is their concert artist series, which is kind of the next level up from their CN series. But the CA series starts below the price point of the CN.
There's some overlap.
There is some overlap. So make sure you watch our video on the CA49, and we'll do a comparison on those as well. The CN209 is I would say the entry level into their digital piano line, and we will have a video on the 201, so make sure you check that one out. We will also be comparing the 201 to the 301, and so I'm sorry there's lots of numbers we're throwing out, but Kawai tries to make a product at every price point and every feature set, and right here from the upper thousands, $1,800 up to about 3,000. There's a little bit more crowding than normal, as well as portable instruments that you can buy in that price range.
A lot of new manufacturers have put product into that price range too that they developed, and we've reviewed some of them here, and it's getting a very competitive range between that, like you said, 1,800 to 3,000 range. It's just getting tons of features.
And so the 301 is, raising the game and saying, hey, let's make a better action. We'll continue with our great system, a great layout, a great sound, a great look. And so just a fantastic instrument, and definitely one worth checking out, especially with the modern features that they've done. Make sure you guys are subscribed because we are going to be comparing this against the other products, and we will also be bringing you more great piano facts. This is Ted Barcelou. I'm Patrick Marr with Alamo Music here in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. Thank you guys for watching.